Lionel Messi, from Rosario to immortality. In the city of Rosario, Argentina, on June 24, 1987, a boy was born who would one day redefine football itself. His name was Lionel Andres Messi. Rosario was not a city of luxury or global fame. It was a place of modest streets, working-class families, and endless football dreams played out on dusty pitches. From the moment Messi could walk, a ball followed him everywhere. Football was not a hobby, it was his language, his comfort, his identity. At just 4 years old, Lionel joined his first club, Grandoli, coached by his father. Even then, something felt different. He was smaller than everyone else, quieter than most, but when the ball touched his feet, the game slowed down. Defenders looked helpless. Teammates watched in disbelief. But destiny does not move in straight lines. At the age of 10, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't growing as it should. The treatment was expensive, and his family could not afford it. Local clubs admired his talent, but none were willing to take the financial risk. For many, this would have been the end of the dream, the man behind the legend. Away from the stadium lights and roaring crowds, Lionel Messi has always lived a life of quiet simplicity. Fame never changed his nature. While many stars embraced spotlight and controversy, Messi chose privacy. He avoided headlines. He avoided drama. His happiness was never found in attention, but in familiarity. At the center of that life is family. Roots and family. Messi's strongest bond has always been with his childhood love, Antonella Rocuzzo. They met as children in Rosario, long before fame, before money, before the world knew his name. Their relationship grew naturally, untouched by celebrity culture. To Messi, Antonella represents home. Together, they his perspective, not only as a player, but as a man. He often speaks about how fatherhood taught him patience, balance, and gratitude. Football gave him everything. Family gave him peace. Personality and values. Messi is not a loud leader. He doesn't seek control. He doesn't command attention. Instead, he leads through consistency. Those close to him describe him as humble, shy, and deeply loyal. He prefers routine. He dislikes change. He values trust over fame and comfort over luxury. Even at the peak of global stardom, Messi's lifestyle remained grounded. He rarely attended parties, rarely spoke publicly, and rarely chased individual recognition. His confidence existed only on the pitch. Struggles behind the smile. Despite his success, Messi's life has not been free of pressure. Expectations followed him everywhere. Every performance was judged. Every silence was misinterpreted. Criticism affected him deeply, especially when it came from his own country. For years, he carried the emotional weight of national disappointment. He internalized failure. He blamed himself. But instead of hardening him, that pressure shaped his empathy. Messi never played to prove others wrong. Giving back. Off the pitch, Messi quietly built a legacy of impact through philanthropy. He founded charitable initiatives focused on children's health, education, and opportunity, especially for those facing the same hardships he once did. He rarely never about image. It was about memory. A simple definition of greatness. Messi's life the spotlight. He never tried to become a symbol. He never acted like a hero. He simply stayed himself. And perhaps that is why millions around the world connect to him, not just as a footballer, but as a human being. Clapperboard closing line for this section. Lionel Messi conquered football with his feet. But he won the world with his humility. FC Barcelona years, the making of a legend. When Lionel Messi arrived in Barcelona as a teenager, he was not just joining a football club. He was entering a philosophy. At La Masia, football was not about strength or speed. It was about intelligence, movement, and respect for the ball. Messi fit this ideology perfectly. His low center of gravity, close control, and natural vision made him stand out instantly. Yet, his early years were not easy. He was shy. He barely spoke. And he missed home every single day. But on the pitch, he spoke fluently. First steps into greatness, 2004 to 2006. Messi made his official first-team debut in 2004, at just 17 years old. The Camp Nou crowd didn't yet know it, but history had begun. In 2005, he scored his first goal for Barcelona, assisted by Ronaldinho. That moment was symbolic. One genius passing the torch to another. Barcelona won the Champions League in 2006, and while Messi's role was still growing, he was already being seen as the future of the club. His dribbling felt unpredictable. His balance felt unnatural. Defenders couldn't read him. But injuries slowed him down. Critics questioned his durability. They wouldn't do that for long. The Guardiola era, perfection, 2008 to 2012. Everything changed when Pep Guardiola became head coach. Guardiola didn't just give Messi freedom, he gave him responsibility. He transformed Messi into a false nine, placing him at the heart of every attack. The system revolved around him. The ball flowed through him. And football entered a golden age. Barcelona played a style that felt unstoppable. Short passes. Constant movement. Total control. Messi became the ultimate weapon. In the 2009 Champions League final against Manchester United, Messi scored a header, despite being one of the shortest players on the pitch. It was poetic. It was impossible. It was Messi. That same year, Barcelona won 6 trophies in a single season. A historic sextuple. Messi won his first Ballon d'Or. Leadership and loyalty, 2013 to 2018. As legends like Xavi and Iniesta aged, Messi's role evolved. He became more than a scorer, he became a leader. Not a loud one. Not a dramatic one. But a leader by example. Even during seasons of transition, Messi carried Barcelona. He adapted to different coaches, different systems, and different teammates. No matter the chaos around him, his Barcelona won another treble. Messi, Neymar, and Suarez formed one of the deadliest attacking trios in history. Creativity, chemistry, and chaos, all controlled by Messi's vision. Yet behind the scenes, problems were growing. The weight of a club, 2018 to 2021. Barcelona began to decline structurally. Poor management, financial instability, and bad decisions. Still, he stayed. Season after season, Messi carried a possible. He delivered assists that only he could see. But European success faded. The defeats hurt. Especially the heavy ones. In 2020, Messi tried to leave. Not out of greed, but exhaustion. Reality finally arrived. Not scripted. Not symbolic. Real. He didn't just leave a club. He left his home. Legacy at Barcelona. Messi left Barcelona as its greatest player in history. All-time top scorer. Most appearances. Most goals in a calendar year. Countless titles. Just a club during those years. It was Messi. Closing line for Barcelona section. Barcelona didn't make Lionel Messi great. Lionel Messi made Barcelona eternal. Argentina, love and pain. While Messi conquered Europe, his relationship with Argentina was complicated. Fans expected him to carry the nation the way Maradona once had. Every missed chance was criticized. Every final lost felt personal. He reached finals. He came close. But trophies with Argentina kept slipping away. National football. The world stopped. But legends don't quit. He returned. Not for glory, but for love. Love for the shirt. Love for the country. Love for the dream he once had as a child in Rosario. Redemption. In 2021, Argentina won the Copa America. Messi cried. Not from joy alone, but from release. Years of pain washed away in a single moment. Then came Qatar. The 2022 World History anymore, history was chasing him. Every match felt like destiny pulling him forward. He scored. He assisted. He led, not with words, but with belief. The final against France became one of the greatest matches ever played. Messi scored twice. He lifted his team. Lionel Messi, world champion. The boy who was once too small. The player who was once doubted. Now immortal. Beyond trophies. Messi's greatness cannot be measured only in goals or titles. It lives in the way he plays, with humility, creativity, and respect for the game. He never needed to shout. His football spoke for him. He inspired millions, not by being perfect, but by being human. From Rosario to Barcelona. He didn't just play football. He became football. Clapperboard closing line, powerful ending.